The rest of the weekend is quiet, but the internet is busy. Local memes spread of Robbie wears the pants in the family. Doctored photos of Robbie as the father, Derek as the mother, and two eggplant children in a family photo surface. Sade says, "At least now it is out in the open." Robbie squints his eyes as his mouth mashes together. With his raised left cheek, he looks like a chipmunk storing food before he says, "That's what I'm afraid of." Robbie is not my concern over the weekend, though. As I lie in bed, I am reenacting everything that happened with me and Amelia. Elegant and strong, then a weeping pile on the pink carpet. This and our kiss is what I think of. Her lips were softer than they look. Not that I could compare. She was my first kiss. It seems I was right about addiction, because now all I can think of is my lips on hers. I figured if I never try a cigarette, I'll never feel deprived of not having one. If someone offers me a cigarette, I say, if you never try it, you never miss it. This is the same. If I never had kissed her, I would not miss it so much right now. Considering how things ended, I'm concerned another kiss may never come. I'm addicted. I wonder how she was doing, what she is doing. Maybe I should have stayed. I have no way of contacting her until school. My addiction is maddening. Monday morning comes and Robbie walks downstairs hyperventilating. I watch helpless, trying to figure out what is wrong. He reaches forward with his hand as his knee touches down until he is crawling toward a pillow before landing on his back. Deborah comes in the room from the kitchen and crosses Robbie's arms. "Take a deep breath. Breathe. Again. There you go." Sade knows what the problem is, and she tries to console him. "Don't worry. I'll have Jet meet us at school, in the front of the gauntlet." Robbie, still lying with his arms crossed, looks at her, then at me. "Since when do you know Jeff?" I ask. Jeff is a wide receiver, and everyone calls him Jet. "We talked a lot this weekend." "When?" "You were asleep." I just shake my head. Robbie gets his breath, and Deborah says her goodbyes. We are off to school. I dread walking into the gauntlet, but Sade is all bubbles and sunshine. Robbie holds his breath. Jed's not as big as some of the other jocks, but he is still muscular and toned. Derek is usually the instigator for my torture here, but Jeff always has a good laugh after Derek lets loose a not-so-funny joke. Not today. His head and hands are down, and he looks like a puppy looking for acceptance. What the hell did they talk about this weekend? "Sade," Jet says emphatically. His posture straightens as he says it until he and his posture fumble, trying to take her books. We were barely on time. All the other jocks are gone. "You're going to be late if you follow me to class," Sade says with all of her books already in his arms. "It's no big deal," he smiles. "Okay," she replies. Their exchange is making me sick. Instead of hurling, I ask, "What happened with Derek and Amelia?" "Dead meat grounded," Jet replies with his jock dialect slipping out of his puppy expression. He turns back to Sade, who is leading him, and all of us for that matter. "Should I meet you after your first hour?" Jet asks as he runs in front of us before spinning to put his back to the gauntlet exit. "If you want." Who is this girl? She has plain coy down, or does she not really care? My thoughts turn back to Amelia. "Did you see Amelia today?" "Yeah, why?" "Just wondering." That was fruitful. Jet asks Sade, "Maybe you can watch me practice after school today." "No," is Sade's reply. A laugh slips from me. His eyes are wounded by her rejection and my scorn. I start to see an influence over him, and I do not like that I enjoyed it. Sade keeps walking, giving nothing away until, "We're not supposed to be out after school without permission." Jet pleads with all his might. "There are coaches and parents at the field. It's safe. And I will be there." He smiles, gloating in the thought for a second. "I can get to your side in a flash." He starts to lift himself up on his toes, changing his height as he moves in front of Sade as if he is some peacock showing off his plumage. "No," is all she says, and I couldn't have been prouder. Downtrodden, he says, "I understand." She throws him a bone. "Parents, you know, but who knows?" Robbie veers off to his class as Sade and I arrive at our first hour. "Okay, too bad. I'll see you before second hour, okay?" "Okay." Sade puts her arms out, and he gingerly places her books in her arms. "Okay, bye." "Bye." He jumps in the air as he runs off. All I say is, "Sade." "He seems nice, don't you think?" "He is a STD. They have medicine for that." "Ha," I say, and leave it at that as we head into class. Jet must have left his first class early to be outside when we exit the classroom. Sade thinks it's cute. I think it's creepy. He lowers a knee as to ask for her books. May I? I have to say something. Are you proposing or asking to be knighted? Jet gives a blushing smile. Ignoring me, Sade says, You may. I ask Jet, Was Amelia in your first class? Yeah, why do you ask? I wanted to see how she's doing since the party got busted. She looks okay to me, but Derek is pissed. Is that not typical Derek? Jet says with a straight face, You have to get to know him. The school is big, so big I only have one class with Amelia. Thankfully, Sade doesn't have any class with Jet. I ask Jet, Are you going to have a leaky bladder at the end of every class? That's up to Sade. Sade says, I can carry my books. I think he's going to cry. She consoles him a bit. How about you do it for today? He starts to slouch a little and play it cool. Yeah, of course. I get a break from Jet during lunch. The three of us are lunch A and he is at lunch C. What do you think? Sade asks. Robbie says, I would make out with him. Sade says, Not helpful since you say that about every guy. Guilty. What can I say? I'm an equal opportunity kind of guy. So, Sade is directing the question toward me. I'm not completely focused on the conversation. I am wondering where Amelia is since she is in lunch A with us. I think you should become sterile. Sis, you need to be careful, Sade. Careful? Of what? He is like a little puppy dog. No, he has teeth. You forget, he is part of the group that bullies people. Like, say, me. Not me. That is deep, Sade. Guess he is a catch. He's not the one who bullies, and I think he is cute. Psychopaths can be cute. I turn to Robbie. Robbie? I say date the whole football team. Useless. Robbie dodges me, hitting him in the back of the head, so I push him off the booth. After lunch in some classes, Jet pops up. How was lunch? Cafeteria food, Sade says with disdain. The great philosopher Jet replies, Yeah. I'm quiet as I think only one more class to get through and I can see Amelia in my last class of the day. It is going to be a tough week of catch-up for me. I was not paying attention in any of my classes. I could not stop thinking of her. Sade and I leave Jet and enter our next class. The teacher is taking roll call. My name is called. Dresda. Here. The rest of the day in class is a blank in my mind. While the teacher talks, I shuffle between the kiss and Amelia breaking down on the floor. I'm pulled from my daydreaming as the class stands up to leave. Of course, Jet has to be outside of the classroom. His confidence is growing. Your books, if you would. Sade is less playing with him now and more enjoying the attention. I was thinking of Amelia when my concern should have been protecting Sade from this STD. Will you be carrying her books on the way home? I knew the answer, but wanted to start the opening of a rift between the two. Yeah, I'm going to skip practice. I say, what? With my lips, but no sound as I look at him in surprise. Will you get in trouble? Sade asks. So what? I know the plays and I'm the fastest. If they want to bench me, it is their loss. This was not part of the plan. I had already thought of saying a pigskin means more to Jet than you. Still, this cannot last. If he were to do this every day, he would be kicked from the team. I have time, but I have to end this before football season is over. After Jeff hops away, I enter the half-filled class. Amelia is not here. People roll in until everyone is in their seats but her. The door is to my left. As you walk in the class, there are 2 rows of desks up against the right wall. They are facing the student desks that are facing toward the teacher's desk. I have to turn my head to the left to see the teacher. My desk is pointing directly at Amelia's empty seat that faces the teacher. She's a studious student. I have watched her sit in class sick with a runny nose and cough, yet she is not here today. Compared to me, she probably takes 3 times as long to get ready in the morning, but sickly features don't stop her from attending class. The roll call is almost finished and she walks in. Amelia, the teacher calls as she walks in late. She has her head down while she lifts a hand close to her chest by only bending her elbow. She's being sheepish. It is not like her. She's a good student, so the teacher does not make a big deal about her walking in late. She sits down without even looking toward me. After she sits, all I do is watch and wait for her to turn toward me. Halfway through class, she still has not turned my way once. Neither one of us are responding to what is going on in class. Eventually, the class has to read some long passages of literature to ourselves, but after she opens her book, she never turns a page. She sits there, staring. The reading is meant to finish the last half of class. 5 minutes. 10 minutes pass. She stares at the book and I stare at her. She's still on the same page when she starts to lean forward before catching herself. She's falling asleep. Then she stands up and asks to be excused. She still has not sent one look my way. 5 minutes. 10 minutes pass, but she is not back. I walk up to the teacher's desk. I need to go to the bathroom. I wait until Amelia is back. It is an emergency. The teacher raises his head from his work. I raise my eyebrows as if it is that time of the month. Okay, go ahead. Cameras are everywhere, but there is still one place where there is actually privacy. I open the bathroom door and see no one. I walk to the sink, turn on the water, and wash my hands. Turning off the water, I listen for sound. There is none. I bend over to look beneath the stalls, and when I do, I see nothing. Is she here? She knows better not to wander around. Eventually, a security guard will find her. I turn on the water again only for effect. Then I walk to the stalls. I have no choice but to open each one and look. My level of intimacy in opening the grimy door is more than I want. Still, I do not want to make any noise. There is no one in the first stall. I move to the next one, slowly, and start to open the door before I'm firmly in front of it. The door makes a squeak as I do. There's no need to move quietly anymore. I open door after door, making noise until the last stall. I swing it open and she is in it. A chill goes through my body. I am caught. What kind of pervert does she think I am? It does not matter. The noise I made has no effect. Her eyes do not register any judgment because they are closed. Her feet are on top of the shut toilet lid. Her arms are wrapped tight around her legs as if she is cold. How could she fall asleep in such a position? Her head is against the corner of the stall. This is no place for any woman to rest her head. Unless, of course, she wasn't planning on waking up. I shake her, but she still does not open her eyes. She only makes a faint sound. Nah. Wake up, Amelia. I yell as I shake her. Nah. I start to shake her so hard her head bounces off the back of the wall. I am concerned. That impact would jolt anyone awake. She's out of it in a bad way. I hold her head with one hand and put the other hand as far back in her mouth as I can. She starts to gag, but her eyes remain shut. Out of reflex, I pull my hand out of her mouth as I feel the slimy saliva on my fingers. I cease recoiling from her liquids and push my fingers back into her mouth. Nah. She gags until she pukes on her and my shirt. Now I start to gag at the smell. I want to stop, but her eyes are still closed. I lean her forward, then stick my fingers back in. I do not bother to turn her around and open the lid. The floor can suffer my fate. She gags louder until she vomits everywhere. She starts making noises now as if she is trying to communicate. I can't understand what she is saying. It is strung out gibberish. What am I going to do? If I take her to the school nurse, she will get in trouble and hate me. Maybe enough of whatever she took is out of her system. No, I can't risk it. I put one of her arms around my shoulder and maneuver her around her own digestive fluids. Class is not out, so there won't be any students to see all the puke, although security is driving around in golf carts. Maybe I can get her to her car. We start to wobble as we leave the bathroom. I move as fast as I can while holding her up. What is going on? One caught us. His tone softens as he sees what's happened. He says, stay back here and make sure she doesn't fall off. Okay, I reply as I hold her in place on the back of the golf cart. Her body is upright, but her head falls on my shoulder as we ride to the nurse's office. This is not how I wanted our next romantic encounter to happen. I tell the nurse everything. She acts quickly to take care of her while telling the security guard to call an ambulance. I walk out of the nurse's office and the bell rings. School is over. Students flood the area, and the ones that do not walk away in disgust laugh at my appearance. When I think it cannot get any worse, Derek shows up with my favorite clique of the school. What happened, rat nest? Do you ask him to come on your chest? Everyone around except Jet laughs with Derek. I have no patience to listen to any more insults, so I turn to walk away from them instead of telling Derek where the vomit came from. Derek has other plans as he moves in front of me. Maybe I can get a discount right now and you can save on laundry. Other students besides his gang start to stop and stare. I try to walk away, but he stays in front of me, taunting me. If you hurry, maybe you can help Sade with Jet. This is the moment he learns I know martial arts. I never hit a person with a spinning back kick before, but it feels good. The release of tension, the wind across my face as I spin, the satisfying feel of my foot sinking into his body. I never knew I could get so much joy from touching a boy. Before I can say anything, the security guard walks out of the nurse's office to see Derek bent over, gasping for air. What's going on here? He notices me and my clothing, then he makes an unpleasant face as if he has remembered something he forgot. He says, "Everyone, get moving. School is over." He motions for me to follow him back into the nurse's office. I look back as I walk away. Derek has not raised his head. Inside, I am given the top half of scrubs to wear and a plastic bag for my dirty clothes. I am offered refuge in the office until the school is cleared out, but I have to get to Sade. I enter the gauntlet and see she's at the other end with Robbie and Jet. As I start to make my way through the glares, Amelia comes rolling behind me on a stretcher. My change of clothes takes second string to Amelia being moved to an ambulance. The school's a fortress. Even in her condition, going through the gauntlet is the only way to get to the ambulance. Derek was already inside, propped up against the lockers with an audience waiting for me. His smirk changes as he sees Amelia in front of me. He's a douchebag, but he cares for his sister. Everyone starts to follow until the ambulance is surrounded. Derek tries to get in with her, but the medics can't verify who he is, so they leave him behind. He starts to spin around, pushing off his teammates as they try to console him. He moves around in a frenzy, demanding answers from everyone about his sister until he stops face to face with me. He walks toward me so fast it brings back the memory of him being tackled on a pink carpet. Only Amelia is not between us this time. Maybe he did not learn earlier, so I put my hands up. "What did you do, rat nest?" He shouts in my face. I back away as his arms go up in the air as he continues to shout. The smell of Amelia's puke is more appealing than his underarms. Jet is around him and in front of me in a flash before he forcefully pushes Derek in the chest with both of his hands. "Back off, man," Jet says. "What do you think you are doing? Don't put your hands on women. Maybe I'll put them on you." I turn to see Sade and Robbie. Robbie goes all in. "Maybe you should put them on me, big boy." The tension of the situation does not break. Jet and Derek still hold their position as the school looks on. Robbie hurls another joke. "You want me to play with your pigskin, Derek?" Students start laughing. Derek stays in place but turns his head to look around. He is confused that everyone is laughing at him. Derek says to Jet, "You are lucky. I need to see Amelia." Derek uses his phone as he walks away from us through laughs and taunts under people's breath. Jet turns to Robbie and extends his arm with a bro fist, met by Robbie. "Are you all right?" Jet asks. "Of course I am," I say. Sade says, "Don't you have practice to get to?" Jet nods his head. "I do, but I can miss it today." Sade says, "We will be fine. You shouldn't be late for practice." He is crestfallen. He actually was going to skip practice for her. Then again, what is one missed practice for a conquest? "Okay, but my offer always stands to walk you home." "Okay, Romeo," I blurt out without intending to speak it out loud. Jet smiles. He takes it as a compliment. He says goodbye to us and runs off to his jockdom. After he leaves, Robbie gets remarkably close to me. "Egads, you reek." "Let's go," I say as I start to walk home in front of them. "What happened?" Sade asks. I explain to them what occurred in the bathroom as we walk home. "More money, more problems," Robbie says. I don't think the rap game is begging for any gay artists right now. "You never know, player." You're cut off. Sade intentionally bumps into me. "You're a hero, big sis." She is trying to make me feel better. Her calling me big sis always reaffirms my role. This makes me think of my concern for her and Jet. Derek and his jock squad are dangerous. You can't let your guard down because of today. Sade says, "Maybe I like dangers, boys." She knows this behavior bothers me. He only wants one thing. "What is that?" She asks, knowing full well what I mean. "Only one day and he's ready to quit jock patrol for you? Be real. Tell her, Robbie." "Don't bring me into this. I have no machinations of the thinkings of a heterosexual male." You don't think you know what is going through his mind when it comes to Sade? "Honey, we both pee standing up. Outside of that, gay is as gay does." Are you serious right now? The football team is like a box of chocolates. You are telling me you don't think all he wants from her is sex? Sade gets upset at hearing this, and she starts to walk faster ahead of us. "Now you did it. I don't like this new openness about you. Gay is the new straight. What the hell is wrong with you today? It is like a weight has been lifted. Gay days are here again. They never started. It is a gay new day." Can you please stop? There's a STD situation. I point ahead to Sade. Maybe she likes him. You know she's playing with him, right? Maybe she's playing with him, but she actually likes him. It was pretty cool when he shoved Derek off of you. Derek was not on me. You know what I mean. It is an act. Is it? He acted pretty quickly. He only wanted to impress her. Or maybe he's not a STD after all. Are you writing greeting cards now? What about all the times he made fun of us as we walked by? That was Derek. But he was there laughing, wasn't he? Yeah, okay, but he never said anything bad himself. Egads, I say with emphasis. Okay, fine, but maybe he has grown up. You act like this jock gave one of us a kidney. I get it. Robbie looks at my face, waiting for what I'm about to say next. What? You want to be a jock hag. That is low. Maybe we should stop and pick you up some pom-poms. Robbie gives me the finger and speeds up to catch up with Sade. I am a fast runner but a slow walker. They continue to outpace me, getting further and further away as I wonder how long I have until Sade gets her first boyfriend. It would be so much easier if we had a father to worry about this instead of me. It's not like Deborah is going to say anything that will keep her out of trouble regarding boys. Deborah stands in the doorway looking for me after Sade and Robbie enter. She walks toward me once she sees I'm wearing scrubs. Are you okay? Are you hurt? What happened? I'm fine. Do you need anything? Just a shower. As the water runs down my face and over my lips, I think of Amelia. I want to forget her. I start to hope the bad experience will be enough for me to be put off by her, to make my life simple again. Only Sade, Robbie, and school. It doesn't, though. All I can think of right now is how fragile she looked propped up in the corner of the school bathroom stall. I want to hold her, be next to her, anything. What was she thinking? I've always thought my attraction of the same sex is a nuisance, but it never pushed me to the thought of suicide. It is not my choice. I happen to be attracted to the same sex. I realized it would be simpler if I wanted to be with men, but I don't. I know humanity could not continue without childbirth, but what I feel is what I feel. It does not hurt anyone else. What is any of their business anyway? I certainly would not take my life over it. How weak is that? Do I really want to be involved with someone not as strong as me? I think this as my hand finishes tracing a heart.